From South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Headliners. I'm Elliot Rodriguez. We'll start with the story you'll see only on CBS News Miami. Residents divided over a new bridge under construction in Palmetto Bay. And now more controversy and conversations after it was revealed the company behind the project is the same company involved in the construction of the collapsed FIU bridge from a few years back. CBS News Miami's Naja Sherman joins us from Palmetto Bay, where the mayor called for a special village council meeting.
Tonight is not about whether or not the bridge is going to be built.
Thursday's special council meeting was mostly calm with only a few flare-ups.
With all due respect, this is 30 minutes. I know this is full back.
I have not lost a wink of sleep traveling over that bridge because my family lives here. Thank you.
Some of the points of contention brought up: why MCM, a company involved in construction of the FIU pedestrian bridge, which collapsed in 2018, killing 6 people, was awarded the 87th Avenue Bridge contract. Palmetto Bay Mayor Karen Cunningham says after today's meeting, she also wants clarification on some other issues.
In addition to the community safety, it looks like to me like oversight is an issue. Communication, I think, also between the county and the village, and then bidding process. Seemed like there was some information on that this evening.
Representatives with MCM told me this is just another tactic to pause or stop construction of the 87th Avenue Bridge.
The ones that build the most projects have all reviewed all of the findings of the NTSB, and all of them have determined that MCM is a safe company.
Naja Sherman, CBS News Miami.
People allowed to enter the United States under the Humanitarian Parole program are being told they cannot board planes. Airlines are blocking them. A Miami immigration attorney says it's happening to hundreds of South Florida families. And as CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor found out, the federal program was suspended last month, but there are exceptions that should have allowed people to travel here.
Well, let's start by saying that the Humanitarian Parole program was recently suspended by the Biden administration because of doubts about possible fraud. Nevertheless, Homeland Security confirmed to me today that those who have the proper documentation should be allowed to travel to the U.S. That was not the case of a woman that was denied boarding the flight in Colombia.
Angelo Buenano felt frustrated and defeated at the American Airlines terminal on Tuesday. They told me since my wife is traveling with Humanitarian Parole, she can't board the plane. He spent hours on the phone back and forth at MIA. U.S. Immigration tells me people with Humanitarian Parole approved can travel.
The answer is yes, you should be allowed to fly.
Willie Allen has been an immigration attorney in South Florida for over 4 decades.
So is this a problem of immigration, or is this the airlines?
If you were already approved and you had the CBP approval, you would be allowed to travel. But then you have schizophrenia.
That is how he defines the response from the airlines. Homeland Security responded to our request of clarification saying, quote, "We are aware of reports from some locations where individuals with approved advanced travel authorization were not permitted to travel. Individuals with approved authorization may travel. Customs and Border Patrol has been working with stakeholders, including airlines, to provide updates, and we will continue to do so," end quote. The confusion stems from the fact that the Humanitarian Parole program, which allowed many families since 2022 to reunite with their loved ones living overseas, was suspended last month. Almost 500,000 people from these countries were approved.
Push that permission into the eyes of the airline operator.
That is exactly what Buenano did. His wife was allowed to get on a flight Wednesday, and they reunited at MIA. She showed this document to the airline as a proof she was authorized to travel.
No me lo creo todavía.
"I still can't believe it. I finally made it," said Erika Villafaña, visibly shocked to be in Miami. "She's finally here. It took us years waiting, and we thought it wasn't going to happen, but it did," said Buenano.
And Willie Allen tells me that based on his experience and 2024 being an election year where immigration is a hot topic, he doesn't believe that Humanitarian Parole will be reinstated before November. With that said, Only those whose applications were processed and approved will be able to travel to the U.S. We are at MIA. Ivan Taylor, CBS News, Miami.
When we come back, thousands of students are headed back to the classroom, but not everyone is happy about the newest devices meant to keep students safe when they're in school. See why next.
From South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Welcome back. I'm Elliot Rodriguez. Thousands of high school students will now be pouring into Broward County schools for a new academic year. And for many, it'll be the first time they see metal detectors on campus. CBS News Miami's Nakia Carrero took us to South Plantation High School to see how the new safety measures are being implemented.
They can keep their backpacks on, but there are typically some things that will make a metal detector go off, just like if you go to a sporting event, go through the airport.
Across 32 Broward County public high schools, students will now have to walk through metal detectors every morning. Items like laptops, binders with the metal spine, even umbrellas and sunglass cases will trigger the sensors. And that's why the district superintendent, Dr. Howard Hepburn, is asking parents to help ahead of the first day.
Just making sure they're going through backpacks, just making sure they're having conversations with their students. Hey, as soon as you get off the bus or as soon as you get out of the car, please pull those things out that are going to make the metal detectors go off so you can go through it with ease.
If the metal detector goes off, students will go to a second station to be wanded down. The new measure was tested at 2 summer school locations. But how will schools handle the first day chaos along with the changes?
We're kind of used to those scenarios, and our principals and our security staff have been working collaboratively just to make sure we have multiple entryways that are suited for the school to increase efficiency as much as possible. We work with our transportation department just to make sure they're kind of stagger dismissing students off the bus so we don't have large bottlenecks.
Senior Jalen Ocasio is one student who is welcoming the change.
I feel that they're a necessity for our safety. It's a really good process. It's going to take a few time to get used to, but I do like the idea of it.
Nakia Carrero, CBS News, Miami.
It'll soon be back to school and back to our routines. Broward schools are back in session in Miami-Dade in just 3 days. We joined one Margate Elementary School teacher today as she set up her classroom for the new school year. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner has her words of wisdom for the incoming students.
This hallway may not be full of students just yet, but teachers are inside of their classrooms prepping for just that. And we spoke to one teacher who has a special story that will hopefully encourage kids to come back here with a smile on their face. Sarah Jaggernoff, or as students call her,
I also go by Miss Jaggernoff,
is setting up her classroom this week.
This right here is one of my favorite little cozy corners.
Emphasis on a soothing and empowering atmosphere.
Will be our classroom rules, which I like to make with the students on the first day of school. So I let the students decide what rules they think will lead to a productive classroom.
A classroom in a school she knows all too well.
Oh, always. You're the best.
Miss Cohen was her 5th grade teacher.
Yeah, it's that one.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you?
I think I'm like in the back because I was tall. I have a little break.
There she is.
Yeah.
Now the two teach right across the hall from each other.
You should have seen how shocked I was first time we went to happy hour together. I was like drinking with my 5th grade teacher. When I saw this job opening, I knew it was for me. And something I even told the principal in my interview is I remember the motto as a kid, excellence through caring, which as a kid, you don't really think too much about. But as an educator, that means so much more to me now.
Her message to students coming back from summer:
don't be nervous. I would just remember, keep in mind, try your best. Everybody's best does look different though. Your best is different from little Susie's best, it's different from little Johnny's best. And your best also looks different every day. So remember that, be kind to yourself. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, as well as be kind to others, and you're gonna have a good time.
These teachers are particularly excited to get back to work because in the last year, they went from being a C school to an A school, and they plan on doing just that and more this year. In Margate, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
When we come back, Mr. 305 making the Magic City proud. See the newest addition to Florida International University next.
From South Florida, this is Headliners, only on CBS News Miami.
Welcome back. I'm Elliot Rodriguez. A local woman created an athleisure line when she simply couldn't get out of bed. It's something that evolved from her own mental health struggles. Now she's making Miami proud, helping other people along the way. CBS News Miami's Chelsea Jones has her story.
On the pool deck of the Elser Hotel, it looks like just any other yoga session, but what they're wearing is special.
I always knew that that was like the ticket out of my mental prison.
Each woman you see is wearing a set from fitness and financial gains, an athleisure line birthed out of battles endured by founder and CEO Jessica Castillo.
I would constantly feel social anxiety, and I would constantly feel like I just didn't want to get out of bed. My mental health started to decline in 2022, and the only thing I could think to do is to start moving my body.
So she did, and she began hosting workout classes and yoga sessions like this on the beach.
As we get older, I think sometimes we bend to the social norms of going out, not getting good rest, or just overspending, very relatable things. And little by little, you keep chipping away at that, and it kind of consumes you.
So she created a community rooted in mental health. It later blossomed into these clothes.
As a curvy girl, I started to get excited about working out, right? I was like, okay, I want to look good too. I live in Miami. I want vibrant colors. I want cutouts, and I want pockets. I want all that. And when I would go shopping, I would just find black or things with patterns.
As an Afro-Latina, Jessica wanted to make clothes for everyone.
What I love is that whenever I have a pop-up, I watch people, they don't even know this, but I watch them go up to the rack, and any girl can pick something out, right? And I love that feeling. It's very rewarding.
She even asked me and all these other amazing women to be a part of her mission, and that's what she strives to do. Well, Jessica was just on the West Coast holding events and working on some special things there. She is now looking to expand and connect with brands in Broward and West Palm Beach, creating a larger community where people can feel at home. In the studio, I'm Chelsea Jones, CBS News, Miami.
Grammy Award-winning artist Pitbull is back home for a huge announcement along with Florida International University. CBS News Miami's Nakaya Carrero joins us once again, this time from FIU, where they unwrapped the newest addition to the campus.
When you come to a game at FIU, you'll notice something different. As you can see behind me, the stadium is now named after Mr. 305 himself, Pitbull, and it's the only sports venue in the entire world named after an artist.
FIU football stadium will now be called Pitbull Stadium.
Armando Perez, also known as his stage name Pitbull, is now a permanent figure in South Florida college sports. Something he says means more to him than anyone will ever know.
But the difference is we don't do this for propaganda. We do it from the heart. We do it because it's meaningful. We do it because I'm from the crib. I'm 305. I'm from the bottom. This is my backyard. And when I say Miami, it's ours.
The Grammy-winning artist, who has performed across the world, spoke about the importance in investing in the next generation. And even though he didn't finish high school, he believes in opening doors for kids across Miami-Dade County.
Music was my escape, and it allowed me to invest into education and give kids an opportunity that maybe I didn't have, but be able to look at those kids and go, hey, the same way they ain't believe in y'all to a certain extent, they ain't believe in me.
FIU's president says they didn't think twice about the new partnership as it marks a new day, not just for sports, but the university as a whole.
And it's going to benefit not only our current students, not only our current faculty and staff, but all of our alumni, future students. It truly is transformational.
The agreement between Pitbull and Florida International University for the stadium to be named after him is set for 10 years. At Florida International University, Nakaya Carrero, CBS News, Miami.
As Pitbull would say, Dali. Thank you for joining us this half hour for Headliners. And as always, keep it right here at CBS News Miami for up-to-the-minute breaking news and weather 24 hours a day. Make it a great day.